Hello and assalamu alaikum everybody. I hope you guys are doing fantabulous. My name is Nadia and shopper can happen. No, not like that. They're gonna ask you like this. Shopper gonna. That is followed by a very hideous and inquisitive stare. Like in their heads they're asking you, you mean woman, you cannot buy a shopper worth 10 rupees? And in my head, I'm like, 10 rupees today, 300 for a month, 3,600 for a year. What do you think, you idiot? I'm gonna pay you 3,600 for this loser shopper? Like, which I cannot reuse as a trash can liner. Come on. And yeah, I carry my bag with me, you know, a replacement for that shopper. Yeah. Well guys, I realized that if you're coming from a call center industry sort of a background, there are two huge disadvantages of that. Number one is value of time. Number two, customer service. These two things are pretty non-existent in Pakistan, and or they're not appreciated. For example, if you're on time, people would raise eyebrows. They'd be like, yo, idiot, you're on time? Who said that it was 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock means 10:15. So yeah. And customer service, yes, customer service. We were taught that customer is always right. No matter what happens, you gotta apologize, you gotta be very nice, because, and we were taught that if a customer, for example, if a customer leaves your shop, it means the customer is not leaving your shop, it's money that's leaving your shop. That customer is not one customer who's bringing you money. That customer is also a point of a reference. He's going to tell a lot of other people that that's a good guy, you should go there. This customer is going to do your advertisement as well. So we were taught like that. And here what happens is, Lena de Leo, we're not a gil. It's like, they're like, we're so rich, we don't really care about your freaking money. You go spend it somewhere else, I don't really care. So yeah. I didn't find much neighbors, like-minded neighbors. Like, first, there are not many neighbors, and then the other day I was just walking by the street, and there are a couple of houses there at the end of the street, and the weather was pleasant, so the women were outside sitting on the chairs, and I went also there and started talking to them. They we were talking about something, and they asked me, okay, you guys rented your house, the ground floor, did you guys rent the garage as well? And I was like, I didn't know we had to rent the garage or what. And I said we didn't have a car, we only had a bike, so they had a car, they could use the garage. And there was another woman sitting, and she was like, they don't have a car. That was the first time I felt like not having a car is a sin. I felt like that. The other day I was doing something in my garden. That's like a little patch where you can put plants. And we have new neighbors, so the woman was standing there. She said, Beta zara baat sunna. And then I went to her, and then we started talking, and she asked me, you guys have the Mamti, are you using it for like store? And I was like, no, I made it to be my office, so it is my office, and I don't have anything that I need to store. And she was like, what? She said, we have too much stuff. And I said, okay, because you're coming from one canal house and I'm coming from one Merla house. And yeah, and then we talked and things like that. When I told this to my husband, and he was like, why are you telling people that you're coming from one Merla house? People are going to judge you. I'm like, really? Then let them judge. This is true. And what's wrong in that? But yeah, after that car incident, I think, yeah, people judge you for where you coming from, what you're like. I don't need a car. I can buy a car. Like, yeah, please don't underestimate me. I can buy a car. But why would I buy a car? Because I'm pretty happy on the bike, and we have 4 people. If we have to go somewhere all together, what we do is that we go hire an Uber or Cream, and that's it. Why? Car takes up space, car takes up a lot of petrol, and car takes up maintenance. Yes, in my comments people say, you Pendu, you go back to your township. Or somebody said, गज्जू मत्ते में रहने वाले बैरिया orchard क्या कर रहे हैं? Yes, man, I'm a proud Pendu. Proud with capitals. Proud Pendu. Like, if living simply, having very less material to take care of, I only keep the things which I need. I'll be 4 people, and these are the only things that we need. Or sometimes they look even more than what we need. Sometimes people come to my house and be like, you guys haven't shifted completely? Like, one of your room is almost empty? And I'm like, no, this is all I have. And yeah. And what I was talking about, I was like, yeah. And if I want a fresh bunch of coriander, I'm a proud Pendu, if this is what you guys call Pendu. If you want the dude immediately, whenever you want, if you feel like going out and eat at like 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock at night, if this is called Pendu, then I'm a Pendu. I'm a proud Pendu. Yes. Guys, the thing is that it's not that in good times I've invested. Money's working for me. I am a workaholic. I'm working. I cannot live without work. If I'm not working, then I might be dead. And my husband, the same is with him. And we work for enjoyment. But again, I'm sorry, the kind of mind I have, it keeps on calculating. What bothers me after coming here is we're so used to of saving and always spending mindfully. So that hurts. If I have to spend even a penny. I started from 0, and I know the value of even the small coins as well. There were times when after the end of a week, we used to have a little galla, or whatever you call it. You could, start collecting money or coins anywhere, a box, a glass, or anywhere. So we used to have that thing and count our money and plan how we are going to eat through these coins this week. So I cannot forget my roots. I cannot forget where I'm coming from. And if this is called Pendu, and if this is called, I cannot keep up appearances. I cannot. It's hard for me to, keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses are like way beyond their capacity. You can't tell people that you were poor. You can't tell people that you're suffering. What mentally you're going through, what physically, even if you get a disease or something, you can't share it with people because mostly people make fun. of you. Your weaknesses, you become a laughing stock for people. People are losing empathy. I remember that there were some things that I was not able to understand before, but now, yes. Every experience makes you mature, makes you learn a lot of things. There was a woman in one of those big houses, courties, you call that. My auntie, like, we were living like next to each other, and my auntie, she was like, once she was like, I know that woman, and I heard that she's sick, she's very sick, so why don't we go ahead and ask after her? And I said, okay, why not? And we went there, and we have been ringing, and then, you know, they're guards, and they have like the maids who first come and ask, who do you want to meet? And we said that we want to go meet her. And she came after some time, and she was like, she's sleeping, you guys can come some other time. And then we were like, so we couldn't understand the signal the first time. We went next day, me and auntie, we went next day, and this time her daughter came out, and she was like, my mother doesn't want to meet anyone, so you guys better stop coming to her house. So, and I was like, oh my gosh, what? And I got very upset about it, and auntie was very upset about it as well. And she told me that, you know, if a person is sick, it should not confine themselves in a house or in a room. They should be meeting more and more people. They should be sharing, so it is healthy. And after a month or so, she died. Not the auntie, the woman we went to ask after. She died, and you don't want to share. I'm suffering, I'm dying, I'm not happy. No, we can't share.